All right, that was good toss. Everybody got to the right position that they needed to go on the jump ball.
So this is the 650 game. Oh, damn, I didn't realize that.
Yep. Okay, way to get up, Junior. Good job getting your spot. All right, again, Mark, remember we talked about, we want to be using your outside hand, when you call fouls, violations, and three-point attempts, which outside hand is always the one closest to the table to get, they get the best visual. This looks like the Wolves team, which is the Maroon team, is ready to run the floor up and down, so I know this is getting late for the games now. You guys are working, so. But getting into position now probably is crucial than trying to burn yourself up and down the floor. So Justin caused a rotation. Junior caught it. Good job. Junior, I think I would like to see you probably with pressure in the backcourt, not come way down here in your C position, or any of you guys. You should always maintain, some coverage in the front court, or I'm sorry, in the backcourt with the with your partner, okay? Because that's a lot of action going on. There you are now. That's much better, Junior. There you kind of hug around a little bit. You got 6 players down in the front court with 1 official, and you only got 4 with 2. You want to be helping out. Good get, Junior. Player went down to the floor. You want to know, how did he get down there? Did he get down there on his own? In this case, I agree with you. That player actually tripped him, and that's how he went down to the floor. That was a good get. Good foul call. Mark, it was good that Justin told you to get back where you belong instead of trying to come up and take the ball out of bounds. It's probably your two-person mechanics that you're probably working on doing that. Again, we're working 3 here, so. All right, Mark. The ball was hit out of that offensive player's hand, rolled out of bounds. I think you made the right call, but again, as soon as the ball rolled out of bounds, you blew your whistle, and then you started walking over to go get the ball, and then kind of a walking signal or whatever, which is very confusing. You basically blow your whistle, stay where you're at, and you call the color out. Maroon or red, whatever, point, the ball will always come back to you from the crowd, or somebody will retrieve the ball. You as an official do not need to go and retrieve the basketball. All right, Junior, good. You caught Justin's spot where he wanted it. You went and got it. And then, Mark, you realize, too, that, you know, that's causing a rotation, so. Okay, look at that on the film. Okay, we had the ball come on from the other court, came on our court. So we had a little stoppage of play. And then the red team needed to inbound the ball, Mark. And you bounced the ball to him, and he was in the middle of the lane. You never want to give a ball to a player underneath the basket in the lane area. You bring them out, you know, of the free throw line, extended down to the baseline. They got to be on the outside of that. Every violation call, every foul call, it's got to be outside of that line. We never, ever give the ball to a player in that free throw lane underneath the basket in the front court. Or the back court, for that matter. Junior! Take the ball out over here. If you don't have to cause a rotation, you don't want to cause a rotation. Justin went over to report. You see, gonna go over there. You're in the trail. Your partner's already down there. All right, Junior, I told you, went down and talked to you, and Mark, as well as, this is for you as well, is we never try to cause, you know, inbound rotations when we don't have to. That particular case, the ball was coming inbounds, and Justin called the timeout, so he's going over to report it. He's already in the seat position. We want to leave him there, so you just take the ball out as the lead on the side where your partner Mark is, which he was down, you know, on the on the other end, which he's got the baseline. So, and then I think you realize that that's, but you want to do that all the time. If you don't want to have to cause rotations. You know, potentially on inbounds plays or whatever, unless the ball really is way out on the opposite side of the free throw line, extended, to go across the lane and inbound it there, which will make that switch or whatever. So questions on that? You know, let me know. I mean, that's a good thing. You could. We'll talk about it, and plus, after you look at it at the film or whatever, you can always give me an email or a call. You know, we can discuss it. Good job there on that, bringing subs in, Junior, because Justin has got his, we call back, and his butt to the table. So then the official on the C side over here opposite the table brings the subs in. So you recognize that, and you got the subs in correctly. Good job. Oh, there we go. Yep. Okay, good job again. Subs coming in. Junior, you got him. Good job. And Mark, you realized too again you were going to be running away from the spot of the inbound, you know, thinking again Jason was going to do it. It's one of those situations again, you know, backcourt, you bump and run. So you're bumping Justin down to become the new lead, and you're going to be the trail, taking the ball inbounds on the sideline there, which that's what it ended up being. I mean, if you review the mechanics and the officials' mechanics for three-point, that will be a big help. Big help for you for knowing, you know where you go, front court, back court situations, and as you work more games, will be extremely helpful as well. Mark, we got to get your eyes off the ball. You are doing a lot of ball watching there on that particular situation. I saw you. The ball was way out in Justin's primary, and your eyes were out there. And then it got passed to the other side, and your eyes followed that pass. And you had 4 players underneath the basket that weren't being watched. And then somebody all of a sudden takes their arm and pushes off or displaces, you know. You would not be able to make a call and probably get it correct. So trust your partners, work your primary. Subs in, hand up. There you go, good, stop sign, there we go. Got the subs coming in. Okay, good, one shot, Justin's telling you one, good, verbal, the hand communication. Both of you communicated on that. One shot. All right. Both teams are struggling a little bit shooting here, so hopefully they get into a better rhythm for you, because teams struggle a little bit to kind of get helter-skelter, and I see that what's going on right now. again, on that play, Junior, I would have stayed back a little bit. There's pressure in the backcourt, so you want to help your partner, you know, with that situation. So. Good get, Junior. Ball went over the top of the backboard. Ball goes over the top. That's a violation. Okay, there again, Mark. You look at yourself, see how kind of funny it looks. You know, that ball's tapped out of bounds and your head is turned facing the direction where the ball's going, watching it, and your signal. And I'll show it at halftime. We'll talk about that here. Okay, that's a good ball call. I'm not sure why you were pointing on the floor. I don't know if the player went up for a shot or not, but I don't necessarily think that you need to be pointing on the floor. You know, it's, you know, just no shot. Verbal communication again, no shot. And we know the ball's going out of bounds, and you point to where. Unless maybe that's what you were doing, possibly. I'm not sure. But that'll be one of those things we'll talk about, crisping up your mechanics, you know, getting in front of a mirror and working on that stuff. That was a good no call down there, Mark, on the block. Good get, Mark. Player went up for the shot, you know, for a return to the floor, you know, the defensive player whacked him one, you know, and that's a good call. Basket was good, so we got one shot. I think Justin verified that with you guys again. I didn't see if you also mirrored, you know, that he was showing that it was just one shot on that foul shot. All right, good first half. right, the start of the second half here. We got Winneconne Wolves ball inbounded here for the start of the second. Everybody, yep, looks good. Okay, Mark, you don't have to put your hand up and chop time in. That's just Justin's responsibility over here as far as inbounding the ball. It's a good call by Justin. No, a good no call by Justin. That player going up for the shot was totally out of control, looking for something to be called, wanted a fall, and absolutely no call. Justin did a great job there, guys. Okay, that's the way to get across there, Junior. Okay, probably a little bit late, probably could have been a little bit quicker. Now it's over on this side. Probably come back over. There you go. Good job, Junior. There we go. Now we're moving a little bit as a lead. Okay, Mark, help out a little bit. There you go. Good. Again, good job. We talked about it at half, you know. Give some help as a C, and you know, when you got pressure situation.
Hey, so after this game, are you going to need start on that? We drove together. For the very last one?
This is the 650?
Yeah.
No, I think you guys can go. I can cover this.
Okay. I'll let him know. You know how grouchy he gets when he gets past his bedtime.
I know, he mentioned to me a little while. I think, Mark, I know that from the first time I saw you today, you know, to what, you know, to where you're on the court now, I certainly see that you're getting the the three-person system down a little bit and stuff like that. So now we just gotta have you tweak and make sure you feel a little bit more crisp as far as those rotations go. But I think I know where you know where you need to go and when you should be going. So, okay, good job, Mark on substitute. Hand up, good job. We show each other that we got how many free throws left. Junior, I think check on that if you can see it, that when you bounce the ball to the shooter, you kind of turn your back, you know, on the free throw lane area. We never turn our back on players. Always going out where we see the players at all times on the court. You never know what can happen. Good call. Okay. Again, I saw your first time I was watching your signal call there, your foul call and stuff like that. Just a little bit more slow down. You know, you had the hands were a little bit low, more towards your belly area than up, you know, in the chest area, and you were doing really quick. Okay, do it patiently. Go up there and. Again, like I said, take some time, get in front of a mirror, and okay. Got to get up, Mark. Got to get going, Mark. Jason. There you go. Now you noticed. Now you notice that Justin was the, yep. Saw that Justin was the,
That's a big part of my coaching so far.
there we go. Stay up, Mark, stay up, Mark, stay up, Mark, stay up, Mark. Okay, Mark, look at this. You got 6 players up here. You only got, Justin could handle those 2 in the back, in the front court. Get up here to half court and help your partner out. Okay, good job, Junior, getting over. There we go. All right, that was good. Junior came over exactly when he wanted to. There we go. Okay, go inbound the ball. Go inbound the ball. Subs coming in. That's Justin's job in the front court. He's closest to the table. Ball's coming in on the sideline. There you go. Inbound it. Now you come back out. You're the trail. There you go. Okay, Mark, I think, again, you have to look at it. I saw a quick look at it, but at one black defensive player, or offensive player, I should say, looked like he did a chicken wing on the red player, to try to chuck him off or whatever and stuff like that. That's, arm comes out like that. That's not in the framework of your body. I think it was number 24. Like the Wolves want to run. And they are running. Looks like they got some athleticism. Black team does too. I mean, both good teams here. So. Okay, we've got a timeout. Jason's going to reporting, so taking our spot. Mark's going to be inbound the ball. All right, I'm a little bit confused on that. Now, stay up here. Okay, look at that that switch that we did on the inbounds now. Okay, the ball's on the baseline. We already got Martin down there on the blocks on the far end, and Justin is over there by the table. So, Mark, you should have just taken the ball out of bounds on this side of the floor, not going across to the other side of the lane line. making Justin go down to become the new lead, and you're bringing Junior up in the C position when he should have been the new lead down there. So, you know, kind of, again, we don't want to cause rotations when we should be causing rotations on inbounds from timeouts or violations or foul calls.
Asking whether or not that would have been top two.
Justin just mentioned to me as he was going down the corner in front of me at the 8-minute mark that during that timeout, the coach was just wondering on that slap or whatever that happened, if that would have been basket interference. So you guys can look at that too, that on the on that play prior to that timeout, you know, would you deem, you know, that slap, you know, should have caused a basket interference call, which is a new call, you know, that's you know, rule this year and stuff. So, all right, now we had a situation here, came in that Junior was the lead in the front court. Justin is the trail. Mark was the C, and it looked like, you know, I think Junior thought it was a kick ball. I think that was in Justin's primary. Justin didn't have any call. So, but since you blew your whistle, Junior, you have to make the call, and you know, if it's the wrong call, you got to take responsibility for it. You know, if the coach asks you, you got to just tell him you missed it. So, Junior. So, and then again, you know, it was kind of became uncertain of where you're going to bring the ball inbounds and stuff like that. So, again, know your primary, work your primary, bring the ball in where it's got to come in. There we go. That's good job, Mark. Timeout. Timeout. Substitution change. Hand up high. Got the subs in, beckoning them in. Sub was in. Change was made. Put your arm down and point it over here to let Justin know that he was to inbound the ball. 3. I'm not quite sure what the discussion is here at this point or whatever. What you're discussing with the coach, you're not sure on and stuff.
They said the subbing without telling us.
Okay. All right. I guess Justin just told me that sub came in without being notified to the officials to be able to beckon them in. So, all right. We got everything situated and good to go on that end. So Justin's done. Yep.
Got it.
Okay, good job. Again, I must compliment on both of you, Mark and Junior. You are looking like you know the rotations a little bit. Again, fine tuning. Stay down here, Mark. You're the C. There you go. Okay, and substitutions again. You got your hand up, which is great, Mark, but it should be your right hand at Justin, letting him know that subs are coming in, and then use your left hand to beckon the subs in. You're putting the stop sign at your partner, not at the table. The table knows there's subs coming in. It's your partner that you got to let know that you got to stop the play. Don't do anything until my hand is down. Okay. Mark, that was a three-point attempt from Junior's territory. He marked it, and then it went in, and he made it good. You have to mirror that, as a C. We always have the trail on the C. Just a quick timeout to get subs in and out here. So again there, Mark, just looking, see where you inbounded the ball to the player. He was inside the key area. Again, free throw line extended. We want to make sure that they're brought outside of that lane. And remember, when we got those places of bringing the ball in bounds after those situations, you want to make sure that he's actually 3 feet away from that free throw line, intersect down there, or the free throw line, intersect to the baseline. So, good job, good hustle. It's getting late in the day here, so I think one more game to go, and then you can call it a day. So, all right. Good luck on your season. If you have anything else that you ever want to talk to me about, again, give me a holler, email me, phone me, whatever. So, all right, thanks.